for a quick little minute. I got a few little minutes to chat real quick. My son is sleeping at the moment, so I can try to get in and have a conversation with y'all about Mr. Marcellus Wiley, who is engaged in a back and forth with Ryan Clark at the moment. And I'm gonna let y'all come on in here first before I start breaking down the whole beef between Ryan Clark and Marcellus Wiley. And I'm gonna talk about the type of black man that Marcellus Wiley is himself. I made a video earlier discussing all of this, right? I made a video before. Um, I posted it earlier talking about who Marcellus Wiley is, because he don't fool me. I was like, initially when I first saw him, getting on TV many years ago, I thought he was a certain type of brother, but then I quickly caught on to what type of black man he is. But y'all, I appreciate y'all coming in at this time of day. Y'all hit that like button for me. I appreciate y'all coming on in here, man. Y'all talk to me in the chat, man. What's going on with y'all, man? I hope everybody doing well today. I had to stop. I was watching Derrick Rose getting interviewed on the Out the Mud podcast with Tony Allen and Zebo, Zach Randolph. I had to pause it though, because I'm like, let me just go ahead and talk about this real quick. I'm trying to wait a few more of y'all get on up in here. We got 8 people in here right now. What's up, y'all? What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all jumping on. Y'all hit the like button for me as y'all come in. I appreciate it if y'all hit the like button for me as y'all come in. And like I said, y'all talk to me in the chat too. What's up, y'all? What's going on, man? Scotty talking out his mind about Bron. Yeah, man. What's going on, LaRon's Gray? Man, Scotty flip-flop. I'm telling you, he flip-flop more than them Dolphins at SeaWorld. 1 minute he rocked, 1 minute LeBron better than Michael Jordan, 1 minute Michael Jordan way better than LeBron, 1 minute LeBron ain't better than Scotty himself, 1 minute LeBron is one of the second greatest basketball player to ever live. Another minute, LeBron ain't nothing. Scotty got a lot of personal issues going on with himself, man. I know his son passed away some years ago. Then right after that, him and his wife split. But around that same time, I remember his wife. She was still his wife at the time. She was running around with Future. She started running around with other young dudes and all of that. Scotty got he going through a lot of stuff, a lot of craziness. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Scotty needs some counseling and some therapy right now. Seriously, I do believe that. I seen a video of Kobe telling interviewer they rigged games against. Was that a real thing? You seen the video of Kobe telling interviewer they rigged games versus Kings? Imagine if that was Bron. I'm so disappointed in some of these people who are supposed to be our OGs. Nah, for real, Poison Ivy. So P. Marcellus Wiley. Yeah. Nah. Scottie Pippen, Larsa Pippen is the Walmart version of Kim Kardashian. She want to be Kim K all the way to the core. So anyway, Marcellus Wiley, him and Ryan Clark, both former professional football players, both former Pro Bowl players. They both are individuals who are in the media sphere. They're going back and forth at it because Marcellus Wiley called Ryan Clark a race baiter, right? And he called Ryan Clark a race baiter because he felt like Ryan Clark's coverage of Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson, he felt like he was more favorable in his coverage to Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. And while Ryan never points to race in those arguments, he felt like, oh, well, it can be implied that he's leaning into race. So he called him a race baiter and all of that, right? And like I said before, you'd be a fool to not think race comes into play with how Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are covered as athletes. You'd be a fool to believe that, right? On face value, Lamar Jackson is an unapologetically black man. Got braids in his hair, with the grills in his mouth, still talks with his Florida accent. He doesn't go around code switching. He don't talk like, I speak gosh, Oh, gee willikers, gee whiz, oh, gee golly whiz. He doesn't do all of that. He talks like a brother from Florida, you know what I mean? And he's professional while doing so. But a lot of people don't like that presentation of Lamar because Lamar is not packaged or he's not presenting himself like the stereotypical how a quarterback is commonly supposed to present themselves, right? And there are people who don't like that and look at Lamar a little funny because of those things, right? Um, and because on the on the contrary, on the other hand, Josh Allen presents himself like the all-American quarterback, what people commonly want a quarterback to be represented like. Anyway, so he calls Marcellus Wiley calls Ryan Clark a race baiter in his coverage. Or he's a race baiter, all that type of stuff, right? And like what I told y'all before, um, I don't any black man who uses that term race baiting, I can't rock with him because I know what you're doing. That's not a word that black men who grew up around other black men use. Race baiting is something that, let me say, you know who used that? Racist individuals use the term race baiting when people call out the racism that they benefit from. All right? When people call out the racism that they benefit from, they use the term race baiting. It was race baiting, race baiting. Black men that are conscious and black men who have knowledge of self don't use that word. Okay, so when I see a black man using the word race baiter, I know who he's trying to appeal to. I know who he's trying to appease. So off the bat, when Marcellus Wiley called another black man a race baiter, I knew what time it was. Okay. Ryan Clark, again, he pushed back against Marcellus Wiley. They had a whole, Ryan Clark like, yo, every time it's something against me. You keep trying to call me out because he's called Ryan Clark a race baiter. He's insinuated that Ryan Clark was a race baiter for a little minute now. He's been doing that, right? And Ryan Clark like, yo, I'm tired of this. You keep on trying to come at me in this type of way. What's up with that? And Ryan sounded like he was fed up, with I'm about to call Marcellus Wiley Jason Whitlock, but Marcellus Wiley responded and he was like, what's with the tone? I'm confused by the tone of your conversation, I'm confused by the tone of how you coming at me. He made it seem like, well, Ryan, you seem like you want to fight me or whatever. And, you didn't say that, where was the energy when I saw you? I saw you when I saw you, I guess at some other event or something or whatever. But I'm breaking all of this down to say this. Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock are the same type of black men. They are the same type of brothers. I appreciate y'all coming in on the chat, man. I'm going to start reading y'all comments in a minute, but let me just get through this real quick. I appreciate y'all, though. So Marcellus Wiley, I remember when I first saw him come into the media space. And me as a young black man from the south side of Chicago, I seen a brother from Compton, California, speaking well, brother that went to an Ivy League school, because Marcellus Wiley went to Ivy League. He was a star football player in high school and then went to play at an Ivy League school, which is something that traditionally top football players don't do. But he said he wanted to go to an Ivy League school because that education, getting that degree from that school goes a long way, just in case he didn't make it in football, which is true, right? So he went to Columbia and all of that. I'm like, okay, this is what's up. This is a stand-up brother. And then around the time that Colin Kaepernick started to take a knee is when I saw the true colors of Mr. Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus Wiley, along with Jason Whitlock, started to attack Colin Kaepernick, started to basically say that Colin Kaepernick's stance was disingenuous. I'm paraphrasing, but it was disingenuous because Colin Kaepernick does not come from the communities that Marcellus come from, because Marcellus is really from the hood. He was around black folks every day, yada, yada, yada. And Colin Kaepernick did not have that lifestyle because he grew up with a white family adopted him, right? So he's wondering, how can you speak about these struggles and these issues when you didn't grow up in it yourself? That's what he was coming at Colin Kaepernick with, right? Which is just, oh my God, it's that whole stance is just null and void, because you don't have to grow up in the struggle to recognize systemic racism, to recognize oppression against black folks. You know what I mean? You don't have to grow up amongst black people to know when the system is not working is working against your people. You don't have to grow up in the struggle to know or call out police brutality, to call out unarmed black men and unarmed black women losing their lives at the hand of law enforcement. But around that time, I saw Marcellus Wiley trying to basically insinuate that Colin Kaepernick was disingenuous in the way he was going about it. I knew what type of time he was on. I knew what type of time he was on from that point forward. And then fast forward, you see him on TV with Jason Whitlock, like I said. And Jason Whitlock and him are very close. There's a saying, birds of a feather flock together. And a lot of times that's true. I don't know an upstanding black man who has knowledge of self that could be friends with Whitlock and call that his buddy when you know this is a man who goes on TV, who was on TV doing it, and on his YouTube channel, throwing black folks under the bus at every turn possible, right? I always make a joke. Something could be obviously racist against black people, and Whitlock will try to find an angle to say it's not racist. I'm telling you, the Klan could be at a black person's door with watermelon and Kool-Aid in their hand, throwing watermelons on the step, with draped in Confederate flags, and Whitlock will try to find a way to say it's not racism. He's one of them type of men, and Marcellus is too. They just present themselves differently. Marcellus is not a person who's going to come. He's not a person who's going to come. He's not going to outright be as obnoxious and outright. What's the word I'm looking for? He's not going to come outright and just be as volatile with certain things that he says the way Jason Whitlock is. He's not going to be as bold. Marcellus will say it in a coded way. It's not coded well at all. You know what he's getting to, but he'll try to talk around it. But he's telling you who he is, verbatim. And I don't care if he married to a black woman or not. That doesn't absolve him of doing things that like spewing harmful rhetoric about black folks and pushing harmful rhetoric. Yeah, pushing harmful rhetoric, labeling other black men with rhetoric that anti-black racists commonly use. That's what Marcellus Wiley is doing, race baiter. Somebody just put that in the comments. Only people who use that word, black men who grew up around other black men, right? I appreciate that donation, Lucas Media. It means a lot to me, man. I appreciate it. Black men who grew up around other black folks don't say race baiter. That's something that a black man that's a word he uses when he's trying to get kudos and cool points from other communities. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Whitlock does. Whitlock too, but Marcellus Wiley, he will talk down a brother like Ryan Clark in hopes of getting pats on the back from that conservative audience that he has built over there. Look in the comment section of Marcellus Wiley's videos and look who's in them comments. Come on, man. You can see it clear as day. You can see it clear as day. And a lot of times, Marcellus will be willing to, especially if the topic of race comes about, he'll be willing to downplay it, or he'll be willing to call another brother a race baiter, right, in order to get that rub on the head from that audience that he's built. And a lot of these YouTubers know how to play that game. I've talked about this on my channel before, on live streams and regular videos, right? Where anti-black conservatives run YouTube. The quickest way to grow your channel is to talk some anti-black stuff. The quickest way. If I was an anti-black channel and I was speaking down on black folks and I was talking about negative stereotypes of black people and I was just framing black people as degenerates, my channel would be through the roof. But because I don't do that, I'm not going to get to them certain heights. Look at, I always say this, look at all these popular reaction channels that are black reaction channels. And look at how they angle themselves after a while, right? Yeah, there you go, WJ Brown, placating to the far whites. That's right. So look at how they angle themselves. They'll start off reacting to music and all of that, and out of nowhere, they will make a sharp turn. The Cartier family, No Life Shack. You said it right then, Jared. Here's the Cartier family, No Life Shack, what's the other boy name? Stevie Knight. Um, some other YouTubers too. Y'all know the names of them. They'll all start off just reacting to some music. Then they find out what the play is. The play is to talk anti-black stuff. Any young black kids reacting to Thomas Sowell. Like, first of all, what I tell y'all, if you are the Hodge twins, I told y'all I'd be skeptical of brothers on YouTube who real muscle bound. A lot of the real muscle bound brothers, I'm not look, I want to be muscle bound. I want to be swole and all of that, but y'all will never see me on here raccooning it up, right? I will never be on here raccooning, but like a lot of the muscle bound brothers, a lot of them dudes, they start getting on here and just start, I'm talking about being butter biscuit eating. And a lot of that is because a lot of the gym culture in some of these gyms that they be visiting, there's a lot of racial jokes that they let roll over their shoulder. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a joke, man. It's just a joke, man. And they get on here and start, again, they start looking at racism. They start downplaying racism, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, when I see some young black men in their early 20s, like the Cartier family, why are these young black men listening to Ben Shapiro raps and acting like it's just dope? Why are some young black men in their early 20s listening to Tom MacDonald? What did I tell? First of all, conservative rap is horrible. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing? MAGA rap? Like, what? That don't even go together. Them words don't even, they're not synonymous with each other. They don't belong together at all. Brothers in here listening to conservative rap. I don't know, where are y'all cousins at? You know what I'm saying? Where is your man? My mama would slap me if she saw me listening to Tom MacDonald. My father would slap me. My uncles would be out here asking my mama, what's wrong with him? Why is he listening to that? Like, my grandmama would be out here. Y'all seen my grandmama. My grandmama would be out here, but what is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, what are y'all reacting to this for? But I know what they do it for. They do it for kudos and to grow their channel. And a lot of them do it. You know what I mean? And so Marcellus Wiley, he, like a lot of them other reaction channels, he recognizes what the play is. The quickly I use coded language that appeals to anti-black racists, like words like race baiter. You are the racist one. I know that's what you wanted to say so bad. I know what you wanted to say. Brother, go listen to your Tom MacDonald. Tommy Robinson. Go listen to your Tom MacDonald. Go with your Confederate flag on your truck and go mind your business. But anyway, the quickly they use they'll use that like coded language, like race baiter, stuff like that. The quicker they downplay racism, the quickly they try to find an angle to when something is obviously racist to act like it's not, the quicker the channel will grow. So again, Whitlock and Marcellus Wiley are one and the same. They are just packaged and presented to the public in different ways. And so Top 5 Troy, he caters to his white audience too. I don't even know some of these other people, Ruby. I never heard of some of these other individuals. But yeah, like, you know, and I can never do that. You know, I wouldn't be able to look in the mirror every day moving like that. I would not be able to. You know what I mean? Right. How you don't rock with black folks, but you want to rap? That don't make no sense. Rap is black culture. It's black as a black art form created by black people. So what is we doing? What are we doing out here? But, you know, yeah, I see these plays from a mile away, and that's how people be getting down. But like Marcellus, him and Ryan Garcia, good Lord, I don't know why that name came out of my mouth. I can't stand, dude. Can't stand Ryan Garcia. But anyway, Marcellus and Ryan Clark are going at it right now because Ryan recognizes what type of brother Marcellus Wiley is as well. He don't want to name drop Jason Whitlock in his back and forth, but Ryan knows what type of brother Marcellus Wiley is. You know, he likes to, Marcellus probably, when he went to school at Columbia, an Ivy League school in New York, He started rubbing shoulders with those elites and started talking about eating great poupon and all of that and acting like he started to, and some of their beliefs and their ideology started to rub off on him. Some of their beliefs and ideology started to rub off on him for real. And now he's taken those beliefs and ideologies broadcasting, into broadcasting. And so again, Ryan Clark, he recognizes what he is. Like, nah, man, I ain't going for it, and now he calling it out. You remember when Will.i.am built an entire show around Deion Sanders and Colorado football? Oh yeah, man. Listen, let me tell you something. Jason Whitlock, he is outright like blatant with like the stuff that he does. Like, it's in your face. Mills, the guy said he's a big Mark Henry fan, but admitted he's a racist. Yeah, but like, you remember when I told you, Jabari, it's people that love Michael Jordan dirty draws and racist as they can be. So it's people that can love. There are people who can love certain rappers or love certain athletes, but still have disdain towards black folks. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, again, Ryan Clark, he know who Marcellus Wiley is, and the world is gonna find that out pretty soon. They're gonna find it out pretty soon. Jordan definitely on Trump's side, but don't want to talk about it. Yeah, more than likely, yeah, for sure, more than likely. Rashad Tate, Rashad Tate, man, your vote matters, my brother. Jason Fatlock has issues with all black athletes. Man, I'm talking about, like, he got issues with black folks all together. If you not on the butter biscuit eating time he on, if you ain't on the bootlicking time he on, you are a problem to him. For real. Aaron Ford, what's up, bro? What's up, y'all, man? I wasn't ignoring y'all in the chat, man. I was just going off on a tangent and expressing some things that I felt like, you know, I had to just get on and do. You said, what, Ham? No, Jason Whitlock ain't do nothing right now. Well, he does something every day. But this video is really about Marcellus Wiley, you know, and who Marcellus is, because he can confuse people. He can try to act like he's, you know, for the people, or kind of present like he is, and then he'll trick you, and you find out what he is. Trey Bowman, what's the word, man? What's going on? Dwayne Johnson, what's the word, man? But yeah, so I'm not fooled by Marcellus's, you know, because he can say a whole lot of nothing. Marcellus is good at that, saying a whole lot of nothing, using a lot of word salad to just mask the fact that he is out here on that, he's using anti-black rhetoric, but he will try to dress it up with word salad. What do you say? I was never a fan of Jason Whitlock because every sports take I've heard of his is straight garbage, but over time I realized it was rooted in jealousy and probably wanted to please his higher ups. Yeah, for sure. Did Ryan Clark even bring up race when it came out, or did I don't, in that segment that I saw, he did not bring up race from the points that when he showed Ryan Clark talking about Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen, he didn't bring up race. I was finna call him Whitlock. Marcellus Wiley was like, oh, this got to be about race. And he used that angle to call Ryan Clark a race baiter, right? And it fed, and you should see, it was so many people in Marcellus' comments proud of him, proud of him, because Marcellus has an audience mostly of anti-black conservative people. You know what I mean? Real conservative. And he's built up that audience. So you know what I mean? They don't like Ryan, you know, but I bet you them people all in them comments can't stand Colin Kaepernick. All the people in the comments, a majority of them people in the comments of Marcellus Wiley video can't stand Colin Kaepernick at all. Marcellus Wiley can't stand Colin Kaepernick. Jason Whitlock, Fatlock had the audacity to call Serena Williams fat. I never knew he said that. You notice how Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions, they made excuses for him. I didn't, you know what? After I made my video about Justin Herbert, I didn't even look to see what the coverage was around him. But I had to make the video because I know how people talk about him. And I'm like, yo, he didn't play a good game at all. So it got to be talked about. Every time it's a white athlete, it's how smart they are. I caught on to Marcellus Wiley, raccoon in a few years back. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that Colin Kaepernick, I saw he was getting down. And y'all hit the like button for me too. I appreciate it. I appreciate it if y'all hit the like button. It really helped me out and helped this channel out if y'all hit that like button for me. Marcellus had a funny MTV Cribs episode. I never knew he was on MTV Cribs. That's crazy. I never knew he was on there. But yeah, y'all hit the like button for me. Drive the likes up for me, man. I appreciate it if y'all do that. But yeah, man, I was I was watching Derrick Rose interviewing on Out the Mud podcast with Tony Allen and Zebo, Zach Randolph, and I'm like, man, let me get on live and talk about this man, Marcellus Wiley. Lamar Jackson getting bashed right now. Yeah, for sure. I already seen it. You know. We need a full C here, quarterback. Oh my God, man. Yeah, man. I was wanting Lamar to get it done. I was wanting Lamar to get it done 100%, man. Monique accused. Yeah, I remember Monique with Steve Harvey and stuff. So I remember that. Man. But yeah, man. Yeah, Clive, I wanted him to win just for that to happen, man. I wanted Lamar to win just for to shut up the racist individuals, man. But like you said, when you lose, they got it coming for you. Lamar will be fine. He's gonna bounce back heavily. Yeah, I'm hoping so, man. They not gonna, but right now, Aaron, they gonna whatever he does in the regular season, people are not gonna care. They only gonna care about what happens in the postseason from here on out from him. You know what I'm saying? Rooting for Jay. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, man. I like Jaden a lot. Man, you know, man, like I like the young brother, man. Young brother talented. 100%. So yeah. Mark Andrews dropped that ball, man. Whew. Game time catch. For real. I like Jaden Daniels a lot, man. Ryan Anthony, what's up, man? What's the deal? How you feel about Nick Wright? I ain't really watched Nick and them in a while. Nick a LeBron fan like me. But yeah, I ain't watched Nick and them in a while, man. But for what I know, people don't like him and his LeBron takes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I haven't watched, what's that show, First Things First, I think it is called. I ain't watched that show in a minute. Something tells me Eagles and Chiefs could be in the Super Bowl. I like the hire of Ben Johnson, Dwayne. I like that. I like that hire for the Bears, man. I really do. I like that hire. Bears need good leadership, man. That's really the problem with us. We need some good leadership, man. We could have had Jaden Daniels, and it's still gonna look the same way. Believe it or not, I know people like y'all should have drafted Jaden Daniels. It was gonna look the same way. Jaden was gonna put up great stats, and we were gonna be losing. That's how it was gonna play out, in my opinion. Even if we would have drafted Jaden Daniels, you ain't got no good coaching. You know what I mean? Like it just, yeah. If guys can't develop quarterbacks, it's not gonna go well. They talent can only do so much at some point sometimes. And yeah. Yeah, he says no development like that anymore. Bills be much better with Jaden. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Jaden is really good, really nice. We just do not know how to develop quarterbacks here. We do not know how to develop quarterbacks. I think Jaden would have been playing well. I don't know if we would have won them games though. I don't know if we would have won them games. Even with Jaden playing well, I don't know if we would have won them games, man. Caleb Williams is in chop. Nah, Caleb put up. If you look at Caleb numbers, you look at his numbers. He put up, especially for a rookie, really, really good numbers for real. You know, broke our rookie passing record, all of that. Just we were not. We was just not playing good football, man. He said Caleb. So, hey Rick, you know I don't care though, Rick. I don't care what the boy into, as long as he play football. Dennis Rodman was out here marrying himself, putting on dresses, putting dye in his hair, putting on lipstick, eyeliner. Out here wilding. Wow, I'm talking about wilding. You feel me? He was out putting on nail polish, all that. Dennis Rodman was doing all that, but he was a hooper though. So I really don't care what the boy into, what he like. You know what I mean? I just want him to play well for my team, man. Now Chicago needs to build up their O-line. No quarterback can succeed in that situation. Like, so you got the Commanders going all the way. Okay, yeah, man. The Commanders win, man. That's gotta be crazy. That would be insane. That would be insane. But it'd be a great story for the NFL, man. You know what? A lot of people would rather see. Not probably. A lot of people would rather see the Commanders win versus the Chiefs. You know, Trey, I'm going with Kansas City again, man. I'm going with Kansas City again, man. Would that be the first rookie to win it? Yeah, as far as I know. I don't know no other rookie who. No, wait. Was what year was Ben Roethlisberger in when he won? Was that his second year when he won with the Steelers? What year was that? Second. It was second year. What year? Second year. Second year. Yeah. Yeah, second year. Hmm. So yeah, it was tired of Patrick Mahomes winning, man. Kansas City fatigue right now. So there's people that want the young boy Jaden Daniels to push through, or they want uh what's my boy name, man? Godly. Jalen Hurts. Got some people that want Jalen Hurts and the Eagles to win. So yeah. Yeah, so we gonna see how it all unfold, man. We gonna see how it all shake out. If I call you, man, I ain't called none of it, Jabari. None of it, for real. What's been going on Rival? Ben Roethlisberger got to the AFC Championship game rookie year, but lost to the Patriots. Right, right. 0-4, the Patriots won. You said you pull it for who to come out the NFC? Who? Random as ever, but Mace gonna look like Rocco in the mush. Yeah, Mace got on his hairpiece too, man. He got on his hairpiece. Y'all crazy, man. Clyde be thinking of the craziest stuff to say. Like, what? What made you think about that? He like, yo, Rocco, what's going on? He said head shaped like he got pulled out with pliers. That is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's really I think what it is. The shape of his head had people laughing too, more than just the 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 toupee he had on his head, the hairpiece he had on his head with the shape of his head. Yeah. Clive got all the jokes, man. The shape of his head had people dying. Like what? Had people rolling. I'm losing my joint. I'm just going home. F it. If you losing your hair, just cut it all off. I got you. I ain't gonna look right with no bald head. I know that. I go bald. Y'all, I'm gonna go to sleep with a hat on. You get me? They back making Angel Reese Miss Layup videos again. They wildin'. I don't know why it's funny. His head look like a oh say his head look like a dinosaur egg. He out here wilding. I'm trying to say, man, but if it keep don't work, I gotta be able not to take my piece off. You gotta get that little hairpiece, man. When the season be starting, Braun be having a new hairpiece put on his head as soon as the season start. Y'all know when LeBron start the season off, he got a crisp little line and they got the nice little hairpiece put on LeBron head. Soon as the season start, he got them little implants in his hair. He be straight. Then by the middle of the season, it started looking like he got to get a new one. You know what I'm saying? Then when playoffs come, Brian got a new joint. So he he gets shaped up perfectly. I need all my hair because my head is shaped like a big peanut. What, Dwayne? My head too. That's why I can't go bald now. I'm a little crazy without no hair on my head, for real. Angel Reed's gonna be a superstar. I'm still mad at my missus for not drafting her. LeBron, be had me dying. What if I told you this could never happen on the court? Yeah. Dr. Umar said Rasheed Wallace is the gold power forward because he did. Yo, Dr. Umar don't need to be talking no sports, man. He talking about Rasheed Wallace is the best power forward because he from Philly. Rasheed from Philly and Dr. Umar from Philly. That's really what that's about. If I go bald, people say, God bless his heart. Say, bless his heart. That's what them old grandmas be saying. When you be in church, you know what I mean? And you can't remember your church speech on Easter Sunday. You be up there scared and shaking, trying to read your little part. Trying to read your little your little part for the Easter play. Oh, Rick, I can't grow no beard. It's up with for me. You feel me? I can't grow no beard. I'm like Anthony Hamilton out here. Only little patches here and now. I probably ain't gonna grow no beard till I'm like 40. Someone said the ball spot on Rasheed. It is. Oh, Jason Whitlock can't stand LeBron James. Jason Whitlock hate LeBron James for real. You heard of black and white sports YouTube channel? Never heard of it, Jabari. Never heard of that channel. Rich Whitlock doesn't like rich black. I mean, that's true. Whitlock doesn't like rich black men that call their own shots. That's a fact. Give you my facial hair. Is that what I give you my facial hair? I hate man grow back too. Yeah, man. I can't grow no facial hair. But you know the men in my family, my father people, we don't really grow hair like you know how some people be like hairy, they got hair some men got hair all over their legs, all over their arm, all over their chest, all over their I never was I barely got hair on my legs, bro. I never was a hairy like person just had hair all over. So I don't know, they probably gonna take a while. Like my dad got a beard, but he didn't start growing once he about 40 years old for real. You know, so yeah, like to this day, my dad does not have hairy, he's not gotta get hairy legs, none of that. To this day. Some people just be a little, you know, It'd be a little different for some people. Who be at French Montana concerts, brother? That's a great question. I have no idea. To this day, I'm still trying to figure out what made French Montana, how he got so famous, and why do everybody give him features all the time? Because he be having 80 features on one song. 80 features. I'm 36 and my head still don't connect. He said, King, why you calling me King Von, man? Cause I'm from Chicago. It's a white guy making clickbait videos about Angel Reese, and he following her on X, but he claimed he hate her. Yeah. People be following people on social media, claim they and say they hate them all the way. That's how it be going. French had one cool line. We the 49ers. Oh man, Juice, what's up, man? West Side, what's the word, man? You said I like King Von? Are you saying I look like King Von? Or you think, are you asking me, do I like him? You think that Drake sabotaged his career bad? Man, I mean, with the suing, man, I mean, oh, that made it way worse. If you handle your L gracefully, I think it could have been a lot better, but the suing, man, that man, that hurt him, man. That hurt him, man. If he wouldn't have had the lawsuit, laid low for a while, tried to come back with some music and took his L on the chin, it'd have been cool. But that lawsuit, man, that lawsuit is never going to be forgotten in history of hip hop. Yeah, King Von was unalived. Yeah, I like Von music. A nice amount of it, yeah. West Side doing West Side thing, wearing Pelly's getting money. I'm about to go to where the Pelly's, man. West Side, 290, what's the deal, man? Tapping in from West Madison Street. What's going on, Demetrius? Kendrick Lamar buried Drake in that beat. Yeah, Kendrick got the best on 100%. And then him dropping dimes. Oh, Lord. I tried to give him some leeway because I'm like, he created a scenario with LeBron. He didn't outright say it. But then, I don't know. In that song, that Fighting Irish freestyle, it was almost insinuating, like, what if I told the world about stuff you be doing? It kind of made it sound like that. So, I don't know. Too many young rappers dying over diss tracks. Well, Ryan, honestly, you say he round your way, Juice? Honestly, man, Von, I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Ain't no telling what Von would have gotten into even if he was still alive. He was actively still gangbanging as a rapper. And you know, gang culture, he was one of them individuals that was like jumping into the action still. And yeah, that gang culture, man, it's certain stuff that come with it. It's not good stuff. You know, death, jail, looking over your shoulder all your life, people wanting to do stuff to you on site. It can happen. Imagine suing Walmart because you picked a fight in the store and lost, but you man Walmart. But you man Walmart. Y'all shouldn't let him. Y'all shouldn't have let him in here in the first place. Y'all should have never let him up in here, man. If y'all didn't let him up in here, it wasn't gonna be no issue. King Von, Young Dolph, Dobie, just to name a few, was so young. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, Von was talented for sure. He was talented for sure. But man, you think Dirk getting out? Man, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough for him, man. It's tough. He got a hell of a lawyer, but it is tough. The charges that he's facing is very, very heavy. you know, very heavy. You know, unless they all can say, prove that he had nothing to do with nothing, which I don't know if they're gonna be able to prove. I'm not sure that he didn't have anything to do with nothing. I don't know. But he got a hell of a lawyer though. I'll say that. Got a hell of a lawyer. So them lawyers be knowing people, they be having relationships with certain judges. You know, I don't know. Yeah, Dirk got hit with some crazy charges. Some crazy charges. Hmm. Unless he can prove, hey man, I ain't had nothing to do with none of that. I ain't had nothing to do with none of that. That wasn't none of my dealings. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm not watching the Dragon Ball. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Daima. That you pronounce. What is that? Like, is that like a new version of Dragon Ball Z? I've been hearing about it and watching it, but yeah. It's a new series. I got you. Says Clean. That's on Netflix, right? It's on Netflix, right? Oh, Diamond is the last thing Akira Toriyama worked on. Okay, cool. Man, I'm over here. I should have got enough sleep last night, man. You watch it on Hulu? Akira Toriyama, yeah. Dragon Ball Z came out when it came out. When I first became privy to it, I became privy to it at like 6 years old, I think, like 5 or 6, one of them. I saw my cousin watching it, and I watched. It was during the Saiyan saga, and I saw Vegeta transform into the Great Ape. That's when I got all into it. Mills, what you think about Kawhi return? What do you actually didn't? I actually, man, let me see. I ain't even watched the game. I ain't been watching the Clippers games. Kawhi been going off. All right, Juice, man. Hey, man, do your thing, man, at work, man. I'm gonna holler at you a little later, man. Have a smooth day, brother. It's almost Bill Bible like for a show. I'm still noticing new nuances. Clippers got the high defensive rating in the league when Kawhi is in. Okay. Came in during the Kai Dub, late bloom, I know, got you. Said I miss Kawhi. Kawhi out there. He said Kawhi out there being Simmons stuff. Um, yeah, Kawhi can hoop, man. He just injured a lot, man. Injured. He only played 20 games. Yeah, it'd be like, yeah, 20 some games a season. Yeah, when Kawhi play, he that guy. Only thing is Kawhi's not playing often. He's hurt at the wrong times for the Clippers. Right when they about to go into the playoffs, he get hurt. Or he's hurt before then and not available for the playoffs. You know, so that's the only problem, man. Is getting him healthy to solidify his stance for real, you know? But man, he was playing last postseason. If he was hooping, Zach LaVine playing at the All-Star, Zach hooping. Zach hooping, man. I wonder if Zach trying to get out of the Bulls. Apparently, some people have been running the numbers on NBA viewership and tracking streaming websites as well as international viewership, and the numbers are crazy. Is that why Adam Silver isn't worried? Yeah, probably so. People say the NBA going down the drain, man. People not watching all, like, you got to pay too many subscriptions to watch NBA basketball. Bulls ain't got no network. You got to go to get these subscriptions to NBA TV. And then NBA TV and NBA League Pass, two different things. So just because you got NBA TV don't mean you can watch the games on League Pass. Just because you got League Pass don't mean you can watch it on NBA TV. Then there's certain games on TNT. You gotta have cable. You gotta have several different streaming. It's too much. Ain't nobody finna be, man. Look at what economy we in. Ain't nobody finna be paying for all them subscriptions. I'm from Chicago, bro. I'm gonna watch the Bull. You know, I'm Chicago crazy. So I'm, you know, I'm watching everybody. So you know, I win, lose, or draw. I want to watch them just because they're my team, man. The Bulls my favorite team. Now LeBron James is my favorite basketball player, but the Bulls is my favorite. They're my favorite team. If LeBron playing against the Chicago Bulls, I'm rooting for the Chicago Bulls. Kawhi was killing the Lakers. He might be the best mid-range shooter along with KD, but Kawhi is too strong. It's too strong to be pushed off his spots. Boy, like 6'8" with a 7'8" wingspan. 6'11" with a 7'8" wingspan. Viewers are going down across the board on TV. On TV, people are watching highlights and clips on, yeah, for real. Clips on social media, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, it's just too many different streaming platforms, man. Too many different streaming platforms. And in the economy we in, we already got all these different apps already. We already got all these different apps already, man. We already got Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, because you got to watch football on Amazon Prime to watch the Thursday night football games, right? Then you got Disney Plus, you got Showtime, well, not Showtime, what is it, Paramount, you got what else? What else I got? Damn. Stars to watch Power TV shows. You got HBO Max. Then you want to get, then I gotta get League Pass and NBA TV. Come on, man. Like, what? He said right now Trump need to get his son to the Lakers stack. That boy come from being in family. He don't care at all about hooping. Yeah, man, bro, I got so many subscriptions. So many, man. Like, trying to watch all these different TV shows that you like to watch. So, yeah, NBA better get off that, dog. I'm not, like, no. Not finna pay all this to watch these games. And so, it's going to reflect in viewership. If you got all these different subscriptions you got to get. Yeah, see, you got you, right. Now, my pops got YouTube TV. I use my pops YouTube TV. You still need an NBA TV subscription to watch all. Exactly, Clive. That's a great point. Now, my dad let me use his YouTube TV. You still need a subscription, an NBA TV subscription to watch all the NBA games. Marcellus Wiley, Jason Whitlock are now mad at Fox Sports talking about they the network plotted against them. They kill me, bro. Man, nobody's watching because the product is not good. Bro, and guess what? I doubt that, though. Because people still be calling the NFL soft. Everybody talk about how the NBA, NFL is so much softer than nowadays. They still watching. They still watching. You know what I mean? If you got certain players on TV, I think people still want to watch regardless, though. You feel me? If you got Ja Morant and them lined up against Jason Tatum and them, people gonna watch. Ant-Man versus, Ja Morant and them. People gonna watch them games, man. LeBron versus Steph Curry. People still watch that match. People still watch that matchup, man. Wemby, Wembenyama, he playing. Uh, who if he on TV, people still gonna try to tune in. You know what I mean? If he playing Zion, them and Zion is actually playing. You know, people gonna watch them games. Sports evolve with the times. Those games come on cable. Nobody watches. You don't think nobody watches LeBron versus Steph no more? Yeah, and is a really good player. He just needs some media training. Somebody got to grab him because I knew Ant-Man didn't have no media training the moment he was recording the gay dude and calling him the F word off of his own phone and posted it himself, calling a gay man the F word. I was like, Joe, what is wrong with him? That's when I knew he had no media training whatsoever. And I was like, hey, nah. Hey, nah. He gonna mess up the church's money now. He gonna mess up the church's money. Yeah, he be saying the N-word all the time, SL, in front of white folks. I didn't call him saying the N-word in front of white folks about 4-5 different times on TV, on live TV. And you're not going to be the face of the league doing that. Somebody got to grab him and say, hey, fix this now. You got to chill out now. You got to reel it back. Those two, Steph and LeBron, but I watched the younger stars in the games I born as F. You think Ja Morant, Jalen Green, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum and the Celtics, you think it'd be boring, them matchups? Are you saying you watch them matchups and they just be boring? So yeah, somebody gotta reel Ant in, man. Just calm him down a little bit. Like, you can't be too you a little too taking it there a little bit. Dial it back just a little bit. I don't see Ant changing anytime soon. But he a hooper, man. If you want to get to the real, if you want to get to some more money, dial it back a little bit. You know what I mean? Right now, I think people probably would be scared to give him certain sponsorships because they don't know what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They feel like you can hold your own and be a little media. Like AI was hood, but he still was professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, as hood as he was and how he dressed and his approach, I like Tyrese Maxey from 76ers. Yeah, Tyrese nice. He way better than I ever thought. Like, I ever thought he was. Like, ever gonna be. Like, I like Tyrese Maxey, man. He said, especially for this political climate, he way too black. Like, you gotta dial it back a little bit. And I ain't got no problem with him being black. But we can still be black and professional. You can still be unapologetically black and professional. Look at Lamar Jackson. He unapologetically black, but he's still professional with it. Like, he ain't, like, you not scared and thinking, man, he gonna say the wrong thing. We often, he gonna get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's still Florida with it. Tyrese Maxey says every game that we against the Knicks. Mac is eye to eye once again. Hey, listen. That's why the Knicks, man. Jalen Brunson, another one. Hey, Jalen Brunson, nice. He's very professional, though. Jalen Brunson, I never thought. No, I'm lying. Because I saw him in high school, and I knew he was like that. Talking about you don't know what Lamar is saying. Y'all can understand Lamar. Y'all can understand him. He got that Florida accent, but y'all understand that, brother. Clyde from Florida, he understand him. Remember when everybody was talking about how Jalen got over on the Knicks? I'm telling you, Jalen nice. And Jalen he not super athletic. He not super fast. He just a hooper. He just a hooper. He know how to get a bucket. He know how to hoop. He know how to get to the right spots at the right time to score. And I remember watching him in high school going against Jaleel Okafor because Jalen Brunson played basketball in Lincolnshire, Illinois. They played when he young. Jalen had like 40-something points. And again, I saw he wasn't that athletic. He wasn't just crazy speed like Derrick Rose, but he just know how to get to his spots, and he's just a certified hooper. He said Jalen Brunson a free throw merchant. Your boy Dreamers Pro was praising Scottie Pippen comments about LeBron, but as soon as more of the interview was released and Pip was dogging MJ, he's saying no one wants to listen to Scottie. You see how that work? You see how that work? You know what I mean? You love Scottie when he say LeBron ain't that good, but the moment he say MJ ain't that good, wait a minute now. Now wait a minute. As I mentioned to y'all, man, Scottie going through something, man. Scottie needs some therapy and some counseling, for real. Because something going on with him. He lost his son years ago. Then his wife was running around with Future and all these other young boys, and she started running around here. When she was his ex-wife, when she became his ex-wife, she started running around with Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, your teammates, your ex-teammate's son. I think he got a lot that he dealing with, man, and he needs to go to therapy for that. You know what I mean? He said, Nicole Barbie, this is a nice chat. I dig it. You're cool. I sub, bro. I appreciate that, Nicole. I appreciate it. Nicole, you from Philly? Because you be watching Tyrese Maxey. You from Philly? Scottie Easter Island. Scottie out here looking like Chester Cheeto. You feel me? Are you from Jersey? Jersey. Hey, listen, every time I see somebody put Jersey, I got to do Sue Surf now. Sue Surf, every time he finish a bar or a verse, every time he finish a round in battle rap, Jersey. Jersey. Did you watch the last? Yeah, definitely watched The Last Dance, man. I watched it 100%. You know, and my father when was telling me all of this because I lived, again, let me tell you something. I grew up in a family, a Michael Jordan family. And so when I'm a shorty and LeBron come into the league when I'm 10 years old, you know, you got a lot of Chicagoans that didn't like people comparing LeBron to Michael Jordan initially. So, you know, I was always in the crib. I'm rooting for LeBron. Me and my cousin that hooped at West Virginia. My cousin Gerard, we riding with Bron. Everybody else hating in the house. But yeah, I came up in the crib. My grandmama's house still got the Chicago Bulls newspaper clippings from the Sun-Time hung up in the house. You know what I'm saying? My father and them had stacks of VHS tapes of Chicago Bulls games. So, you know, this is rhetoric that's been talked to me for years, like going to the barbershop, talking about Michael Jordan and, you know, so yeah. But to actually see it and to see the perspectives of different players, that was really cool to see, really dope to see the perspective of players when certain things happen. I still don't think I get the effect of it because I didn't see it live. And I think sometimes seeing things live, you get a different effect. It affects you differently. Watching LeBron James come back from 3-1 live, that affected me. And I don't know if I would feel the same way about it if I didn't see it firsthand sometime. You know what I mean? You still acknowledge that it's an incredible feat. But when you watch, like even watching game winners, watching a game winner when you don't know the person going to hit the shot, it just feels different. When you know it's coming, you like, oh man, that's what's up. But when you really like at the house and you thinking, dang, we might lose this game, and the person hits the game-winning shot, it just feels different. OKC, yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't know how to name Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. OKC tough, boy. I bet OKC been running things for a few years now, but a lot of folks don't even know the player. Yeah, that's true. If LeBron never lost in the final. Oh, if LeBron never lost in the finals, y'all wouldn't hear the end of it from me. I would let y'all know every day that he didn't lose in the finals if that happened. So, y'all would have been sick of me on here. I would have let y'all know he didn't lose every day. Um, he said media okay for the debates. What he said for the debates purposes, I'll regress, but let's talk Cleveland. Both times LeBron was there. Even with that, Miami still draws a lot of celebs as well as other movies and TV shows being filmed there. Let's say that I digress, but what about Cleveland? What y'all talking about? Push how LeBron needed to get out of Cleveland. Now you feel MJ fans. Nah, I mean, I never like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can love Michael Jordan, but you ain't got to hate LeBron James to love Michael Jordan. So that was my thing. But, you know, with his accolades and accomplishments, I got Michael Jordan #1. But on my list, I got LeBron James #2, though. Whitlock never once acknowledged Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Actually, well, I am kind of surprised because people like Whitlock like to cling on to one version of Dr. Martin Luther King, the I Have a Dream speech, that I shouldn't, not to judge the people of the content of the character by the color of their skin, by the content, but the content of the character. That's the only version of Dr. Martin Luther King that a lot of anti-black media like to push. They don't like to talk. They don't like to show Dr. Martin Luther King talking about people feeling like, they don't like when Dr. Martin Luther King talks about black folks getting reparations. When he talks about, white America feeling like we should pick ourselves up by the bootstraps, but black America never had a boot in the first place. They don't like to talk about those clips of Dr. Martin Luther King. So, yeah. Clive, that is allegedly. The FBI told us that happened. We don't know that was happening. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. That is my favorite speech. Yeah, and that could be your favorite speech for sure, no problem. But I think people think that's the only side of Dr. Martin Luther King. And he talked a lot of him and Malcolm X started talking similar rhetoric before his passing, for sure. Do remember certain NBA members complaining about coming to Cleveland during the season and the finals. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, people like, I don't want to be in Cleveland. If you never saw LeBron lose against all his rivals, everybody would look at him differently. Nah, man. I think people hate Patrick Mahomes and they see what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? When you don't like somebody, they could do all this. You still gonna make up a reason why I don't fool with him. You know what I mean? So Pat Mahomes winning, like Charlie Sheen say, winning, and he still hated heavily. You know what I mean? So yeah, LeBron could not lose, and it happened. Oh yeah, Joakim and LeBron getting into it. Joakim didn't like that LeBron would be like dancing while they was whipping on the Bulls. Joakim didn't like that they was dancing while he whipping on the Bulls. People was hating Brady when he started threatening Joe Montana. Yeah, it happens, man. You could win and people still will hate you. So, yeah. But you right though, talking Grub Media, people did not want to come to Cleveland when LeBron was like, they were complaining we got to come to Cleveland and watch the game. The Bulls wanted LeBron. I'm sure. Mac, you think Drake might be finished? Yeah, at first I didn't want to say it. It might be over with, man. He gonna have to lay low for it, cause man, I'm telling you, that lawsuit put the nail in the coffin, I think. Yeah, man, that lawsuit, that's what really, at first, before the lawsuit, I said, man, he lay low for a minute. He'll be all right eventually. He just gotta he gotta let it lay low and die out. That lawsuit, man, that hurt him, man. If he would have took that L in peace, I think it would. I think at some point after the debris settles and the dust gets swept off, Drake could one day try to pick up where he left off. You know what I mean? One day, you know what I'm saying? Give a little time. Now he not gonna be looked at in the same light within hip hop circles. Now in pop circles, maybe. In hip hop though, Drake wants hip hop. He wants hip hop reverence. You know what I'm saying? Too much. He wants hip hop reverence. And so yeah. Yeah, man. That lawsuit, man, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. He's having too much pressure trying to follow the GOAT. I don't know. When you say trying to follow him, what you mean? Looking up to him? A lot of players looked up to Michael Jordan. A lot of players looked up and idolized Michael Jordan a ton. So, I wasn't just LeBron looking up to Michael Jordan. This is like if LeBron didn't beat the Celtics in 2012. Woo! You right, Clive. If LeBron would have lost that series against the Boston Celtics, oh my God. Yeah, man. It would have been a point of no return. Bron would have had to probably win like three in a row to overcome that. After that, like, yeah. Meek got a fade, took it like a man. He still hasn't been the same since. True. Yeah, man. And Meek dropped a hell of an album. Wins and Losses was a great album after that Drake beef. That album don't get talked about. I really love that Wins and Losses album. I really love that album. It got slept on in the midst of the battle, but that was a quality album. He took the L on the chin, had corporations making fun of him. McDonald's and Burger King was clowning him in favor of Drake. They were clowning Meek Mill in favor of Drake. And he still took the L, man. Came back on championships, him and Drake collabed again, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. DC4, yeah. No, the excellence that MJ produced in Chicago, Brown will never play for the Bulls because of that. Yeah, man, I think a lot of people, I love your channel, honestly. I appreciate that, Elizabeth. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably wouldn't want to come. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure to play in the ilk if it is City. Because you're always going to be compared to Michael Jordan, especially if you're similar in stature and size. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of superstar players probably would try to maybe not want to come to this city in particular to play sometimes because of that type of possible comparisons. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know though, man. I guess it's a different thing because LeBron went to go play in LA. And you know how many great players have played in LA. But it is a little different when you got the man considered the GOAT played here in Chicago, you know, and when people feel like you got those similar expectations, it's hard to try to capitalize or like it's hard to outdo that man. Speaking of Ether, Jay-Z had the better diss tracks. I really like the takeover, man. I really like that. Super Ugly was cool too, man. But you know, hip hop is about storytelling. And in the story of that battle, Nas was the underdog. And when the underdog strikes ferociously, when people think his back is against the wall, that matters in hip hop. Sometimes a moment can knock something off. Cause I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm of the minority of people like Meet the Grams didn't do the same thing to me that other people thought, right? Um, Nas made Jay-Z look like a son. Meet the Grams didn't do the damage that I thought other people thought it did to me, right? Meet the Grams didn't. But because he dropped it right after Family Matters dropped, it eclipsed Drake's moment, right? But not only that though, when Kendrick followed that up with Not Like Us, it was over with. It was over with. I think um Nas, he was the underdog. Yeah, stifled the moment, 100% stifled the moment for sure. Nas was the underdog. And Nas was like, yo, I'm not going. Because people didn't look at, oh, you can't make the hit records that Jay make. You're not the mainstream rapper that Jay makes. Jay got all these young dudes under him, ready to go to war with anybody for him. Nas was rolling with him in the Bravehearts. And Nas came in and ferociously swinging. Ferociously swinging, man. He dropped it on Jigga birthday, too. Ether dropped on Jigga birthday, I believe. Yeah. You know? Start off FJZ. Man, not you, man. You been on mine. You love my style, man. You feel me? You know? Nas was more aesthetically pleasing. That will keep you afloat. SL, explain to me when you say aesthetically pleasing. I feel like I know what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. Got you. If he was ugly or not conventionally attractive, we wouldn't be saying this. I believe you sound on. You saying hold on. Let me see. You saying in Nas's battle with Jay, him being aesthetically pleasing, are you saying they gave him like some type of leverage a little bit? What I'm saying is that being attractive helps in battles. I believe so. I guess it does. It does. It does, I guess. I'm trying to in battles, rap battles. Kendrick demolished Drake. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Mace had to wave all the girls, but people still ride for him hard. Yes. I think a lot of men. Oh, I get what you're saying. That's a great point. A lot of men see themselves, they want to be they think that in their head they're a version of Drake. A guy that, can get a certain amount of girls and mess with all these different model type girls, you know what I mean? So they feel like, oh, I look at myself in the ilk of him, so they still ride with him. Hey, it was so funny though, SL. Because the way when you say aesthetically pleasing, somebody made this. Remember when Chris Middleton was on fire? Some years ago, Chris Middleton was hooping in a playoff run, and somebody was like, I seen a dude comment, Chris Middleton would be one of my favorite players if he wasn't so ugly. Somebody commented, Chris Middleton would be one of my favorite players if he wasn't so ugly. And I was like, man, Joe, like, what? That was somebody commenting. My bad, yo. But Aaron, though, I liked push-ups, Aaron. You ain't like that? I liked push-ups. I thought push-ups was dope to me. I thought it was dope. But I just think, again, Kendrick came with some stuff. Yeah, I thought he said push-up was cool. He said it was cool. I thought it was I thought it was a dope choke. I didn't think it was super fire. But I thought it was a cool track. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a nice joint. I really thought it was a nice track. It just Kendrick took it to another level. When Euphoria dropped, I'm telling you, Euphoria really the unsung hero in that dang on battle. When Euphoria came out, I'm like, yeah, man. But I like push-ups. I was a person who liked push-ups. I like push-ups, for real. I really did enjoy that track. But when Euphoria came out, I said, oh, yeah, nah. There's some different stuff here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you couldn't bop and dance to Euphoria, but what he was saying on there, what? I felt that. I said, oh yeah, man. Yeah, Pusha T. And look, same thing happened. Dwayne, I like the Duppy freestyle from Drake. I really thought that was a dope. I thought it was dope. But then when the story of Adidon came out, and he was like, basically he was saying OVO 40, what do you call him? He was sick, sick, sick. When he start, what did he say? What did he say? When he did the tick, tick, tick on OVO 40, talking about it's almost over for 40. When he did all of that. Yeah, Not Like Us. That was, I knew it was over. When Not Like Us came out, I knew it was a wrap. As soon as I heard the beat drop and I heard Kendrick flowing, I'm like, man. But then when it got to the second and third verse of Not Like Us, especially the third, the way he packaged that up, the whole setup for that third verse, talking about Drake and black culture and Atlanta culture, the way he did all of that, I said, oh yeah. Because it's one thing to make a diss song somebody could bop to, but then when you dropping knowledge at the end of that mob, oh yeah, now we on a different level now. Now it's going to something completely different. He said Pusha started swinging wrecking balls. Yeah, I really like Duppy. I like the Duppy joint. I really like that. But when that story of Adidon came out, man, and us out here in the West Coast are very local with our sound. Kendrick got the whole country bumping to a West Coast beat. To the core. Yeah, for sure, man. Yup. Yeah, I noticed that, man. All West Coast artists all have a distinct sound that they chase, and that they push. I can tell a dude from the West Coast by the production, all that. I can tell how he talk, how he rap. I can tell if a dude from the West Coast. Yeah, man. Drake is suing for doing the same. It's like the West Coast doesn't deviate from what. It's really intriguing. They don't really deviate from what is their home base sound much. They can, but they stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Drake is suing for doing the same thing he did to Meek. Right. Because he said West Coast rappers came. Clive, they be baby rhyming too much. Now, you know what? You finna get in trouble on here. So, I think if you listen to certain rap, like a YG, right? He ain't. Nah, actually, I liked YG. Actually, I really like YG. I really like YG. What was YG's second album called? He said single syllable rhyme. He said boo, boo. Now, but I know what you're talking about, Clive. There are a nice amount of West Coast artists who do that. Who were like you said, single syllable rhyming. But to me, though, honestly, The Game is one of the best rappers that, from the West region, period. He's a phenomenal rap artist. Phenomenal. You were dancing. I didn't like Tooted and Booty, Calvin. No. My Crazy Life. That second album he came out with. What? Yeah. It's true though. Their best rapper Tupac used to be MC. To be named MC New York. West Coast. He crazy. He said what side of the Clive from he from Tampa, Florida, SL. But I like Game got an East Coast style though. He from the West, man. He from the West. Kendrick. Cube can rap, man. Cube can rap. Spice One. Bro, that second album from YG sound like Spice One, man. That second album from YG sound like Spice One. Hold up, Tupac became more culturally iconic once he hit the West Coast. That's a fact, though, SL. I can say the same thing for Corrupt. Because Corrupt is dope to me. Corrupt is really Corrupt is dope. Now Corrupt moved to California when he was like 17, around that time, right? But Corrupt is dope. I really like Corrupt. A lot of people don't know Pac from the East Coast. Cause that's because, you know, people got introduced to Pac in the Death Row days. Game is definitely, he's corny, right, Aaron? The game is so corny. JCon is so corny, but as a rapper, phenomenal. Like I will never take, I could never take that away from him, even if I wanted to. He's an exceptional rapper. XXX said he was a better rapper than Tupac. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. Finesse Mitchell said I look like Corrupt. He was roasting. Oh, you went to a Finesse Mitchell show? He said you look like Corrupt. Hey, man. I like Corrupt, man. I was just listening to DJ Quick yesterday. DJ Quick is in the MNFing house. DJ Quick is in the MNFing house. I like the way Quick be rapping, man. I fool with Quick. Nah, Clive, you talking about the Sage the Gemini type rap from the West Coast. That's probably what you talking about. You don't like the Sage the Gemini type stuff. He said at the Improv. Man. Sivo. Hey, y'all know what's so crazy, man? I don't know. Like, I was listening to All Eyes on Me the other day. And again, he wasn't the best rapper. But I don't know why I always look forward to hearing Big Psych on a song. All the time. You like Snoop? Yeah. I mean, Doggy Style is an iconic album. One of the most iconic albums ever in hip hop, period. Doggy Style. I got keys. Come right, that's my part, man. Come overseas. Yeah, I think it's his voice, man. I like listening to Big Psych. He said Big Psych sound like Pac older brother. He did, didn't he? I was listening to Checkout Time, man. Big Psych definitely sound like he Pac older brother or something. He said Stu Dog a great rapper, but a buttermilk biscuit eater, man. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I saw all of that, man. Remember? He said Hussein Fatal and then was on Ja Rule's album. Was they? What album was that? Blood in My Eye? I never knew that. He said no. What album was that? Man, how Snoop is more relevant than Eminem to make the stand, man. Eminem fan, they be mad at me, man. Clive love Eminem too. He be mad at me when I be going to M, man. Clive love Marshall Mathers, man. Y'all know that is not my boy, man. It was Blood in My Eye? Okay. Yeah, I figured. I like that album, but I'm alone. I know it. Do y'all know I never really listened to the Blood in My album like that? That's why I didn't know they was on there. Ari Spears has Eminem in his top 5, yeah. Eminem the only dude he liked is not from the East Coast. Everybody else from the East Coast. CPO Boss Hawk, yeah, man. He was. Formulator Cape. Nigga straight suffering from lack of having paper. His voice unique, man. Eminem is not my top 5, but he's an MC. He can rap. It just don't. His lyrics don't move me. His music don't move me really. Marshall Mathers is from 8 Mile, Detroit. Man, all right, y'all, man. I'm finna get off this thing, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. It mean a lot to me, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I'm finna get off this thing, but y'all hit that like button for me. I'ma holler at y'all a little later. All right, peace.